Welcome back everyone to another Gaming on the Brain playthrough. Today we've got Robo Army, which we did talk a lot about during our Mutation Nation episode, so we figured it was probably worthwhile jumping onto this one now and doing a playthrough of this.
I love Mutation Nation, but I like the theme of this one slightly better. I think the combat system's pretty similar. I mean, don't call it a combat system even, but the fact, the moves and that. But as you can see from the demo, not being able to change the car and things, it made it quite unusual and unique for the time. Enemies and bosses are quite cool, as well. So it's what I am not 100% certain is if this game came out before Burning Fight. Now we know Mutation Nation is 1992, but this is 91, and so is Burning Fight. So we might find out at some point, but I'm sure we'll play Burning Fight soon as well. So
Burning Fight
for the channel, I think.
I'm gonna Google it and find out while we're waiting.
Only months.
While we are waiting, 90% of people who watch the channel aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you don't mind, please do us a favour and just hit that subscribe button, and let's turn that into a better figure of subscribers.
Yeah, why not? Yes, we'll get more videos for you if you like them.
What was in Burning Fight?
I think Burning Fight came out first.
I think you're right. I think it was probably one of the first games.
I mean, it would have been close to
1991.
Well, this is as well, but I don't know if it's got a month on it.
No, it doesn't say. August 1991.
There's a good chance this came out first. So I believe this is a smaller game as well. This is the smaller game, I think.
Robo Army, published in December 1991.
So it was Burning Fight now. Burning Fight as well.
Let's get it on, brother.
Why not, bro? Why not, matey? Let's see. Very, very simple combat system. I knew that much. How did you change it in the car again? You have to pick up
to get special powers with Cyberball.
Cyberballs.
Hero can change the buggy by using power metal.
Yeah.
Don't you dare skip those storylines.
These humanoids, we will use their human brains to... I'm not doing this crappy robot impression now. He's not a robot. Why am I doing a robot impression? Why am I doing a robot impression?
He was half robot. He had
a cyborg. He had one of them Universal Soldier things going on, didn't he?
Yeah.
The Unisol thing. Yeah, here we go. This is great. I mean, I don't know if it's deliberate, but the basic enemies that you see here as well, for some reason, look very much like Robo Nazis. Don't know if that's deliberate, but I like it. You just would have seen us pick up that Jeep as well, which I think was great. Great picks up there. This game doesn't use baseball bats and knives; it uses Jeeps and bikes and stuff like that.
People's arms, robot arms.
Yeah, which would get used a couple of years later in games like not Cyberbots, but what is it, Armored Warriors, isn't it? Where you start picking up different parts of
Cyborg Justice for the Mega Drive.
Cyborg Justice for the Mega Drive, which came out about '93, I think. So definitely Cyberbots is one I want to give it. Cyberbots and Armored Warriors are a couple of games I wouldn't mind showing for the channel at some point. Armored Warriors is a great game.
The 2-player or 4-player?
It's 2 of. I think it might be 2. That one. I think it is only 2. So it'd be ideal for having
for us too.
Yeah,
I think it's more. We'll keep it for when we get the party together.
Probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm just messing about a bit. So here we go. Now this is that a pipe or that poor dog's leg? It's a dog leg. Middle. This is great. This is the middle boss. This is the middle boss, mate. I mean, it's pretty cool. Not as cool as the end of level boss though.
You can't walk through each other, which is a bit weird. It's like odd having some.
Isn't it like real life almost?
Don't say things like that.
No.
It's a game.
Oh
you don't want it merging with real life.
Turning into robots and
You can't
see
each other. Press the
jump button. That's how it worked out. Couldn't find it. It's amazing. Do you have a low attack?
If you press both together, you do like a
back attack thing, straight through it. Now this is not a boss, is it? Or is it another middle boss, really? What's this? I don't remember this.
Don't know, but while it's shooting you on the board.
I love how everything shrinks. It's a good little effect of the Neo, though. I mean, especially always seen in the early Neo stuff,
I can't, for some reason, remember what that effect's called.
You what?
I can't remember what that effect is called.
Squidging.
Squish effect. Yeah, that's the layman term.
Yeah, I'm a car mate. That's class. That's class. I can run you over, I think. Come on. Are you hurting my car? I'm trying to run you over and it's hurting me.
Well, that's because you're a careless driver.
I'm a careless driver. What begins with C? Callus.
Callus driver.
Oh, help me. Oh, right, this is cool. Let's turn to the Strider.
Aye.
One of the early boys. This is great. I mean, just like Mutation Nation, or you cannot say anything. I think it is. No, he fell off instead. You cannot say anything about the interesting quality and design of the characters and the bosses. Like, so you had this game obviously came out slightly later than Streets of Rage 1, obviously before 2 and well after Final Fight. And it's nice to say that they've tried a different theme, instead of, because let's say obviously we know now Burning Fight was the earlier game, which made sense, and Burning Fight's pretty much a Final Fight clone in it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Good game. I personally think Burning Fight's great. It's not as good as Street Rage 2, but is it on Power 1 maybe?
Nah, I think Street Rage 1.
Well, we have to. That's why we have to give it a run through again and see. Cause I think it's kind of. I mean, again, it's not fair to take the hardware into consideration, because Neo Geo should be running things around the Mega Drive.
But it's like, Streets of Rage is just so good of a game and series. Nothing comes close.
Do you not think so much of Streets of Rage, though? It's not just the gameplay, but the stories are great. I mean, it's got a deeper story than Final Fight ever tried to do, and Final Fight 1. I mean, obviously, if you want to look at Capcom, the Capcom universe as a whole, I suppose Final Fight's a tiny part of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, Streets of Rage has always been pretty kept to its own series,
The Capcom verse.
Yeah. Yes, very much. Capcom home entertainment universe.
Comverse.
Now, this is the middle boss of this level. So I thought, after the very impressive dog of the first level, this was quite dull to be just fighting it's a lazy.
It's took a step back, and
they do have different moves from the regular versions of the soldiers, but this is it's a little bit of a disappointment compared to the other middle bosses that we'll fight later, because some of them are just mind blowing, aren't they?
Oh god, yes. Yeah. It's been a while since I played this mine, so I don't remember. Me as well. I do remember quite a bit. I think I put more time into this than Mutation Nation. We're gonna get hit here. Oh,
I took one for you, mate.
I just walk around it.
Is that now?
Feels like it could do with a run button or something.
Again, this is Golden Axe was a pioneer to do that, but nothing else did it for a while, didn't it? I mean, about these two, maybe 3 years. I mean, so obviously Golden Axe came out about the same time as Final Fight 1. Street Rage 1 came out a bit later, 2 years later, maybe 18 months or so, give or take. That didn't do it. Street Rage 2 didn't officially do it. Remember we talked about this before? It was only Skate who, as part of his moveset, had a charge ability, but none of the character did. I'm trying to think of what the first game after Golden Axe would have been.
I jumped there.
If it comes to mind, try and say it.
The first game after Golden Axe?
It's not Golden Axe 2, I'm thinking, So that was a beat 'em up that had. It's got to be earlier than Street. Oh, I'll tell you, I think I know what it is, mate. It's Russian Beat 1. No, that would be right. Combat Tribes is 1990. That's got a true running. Double Dragon 3 has.
Yeah.
As much as I talk about. And obviously for home consoles, Rushing Beat 2 had the proper charging ability. This is the boss. This is so cool. But
he chomped you.
Sorry, mate?
Oh, he chomped me.
It's just like Chris. It's like it reminds us of something out of Futurama. The Werecar.
I've got loads of weapons.
Yeah. I'm holding some of this. Oh, it's shrunk. Russian Beat 1 doesn't have a proper charge in the normal sense, so you hold the shoulder button and that lets you move around quicker, and you can initiate a charge attack from that. So it wasn't a Russian Beat 2.
Way of doing it, isn't it?
It is, but it works. Tell you what, it actually works better than a regular charge.
Yeah.
Because 2 has a normal, Russian Beat 1 has a normal double tap left to right charge. So 1, actually it does work, mate. It really does work. You said you've got a charge move and all, although it's not very powerful. But it does help in the game. In fact, a lot of the time it's better just to hold that, while you're moving around, because obviously you can charge around the levels, Like I said, I think, as I've said before, I think all 3 Russian Beats are good. 1's the weakest game, but it's still quite fun for what it is. I mean, it's not as good as first Final Fight or Street Rage 1, pardon me, but it's still an early game of its type, and pretty much did the trick for me. Like, it was funny.
We can do one of them next if you want. Like,
I would definitely give it a shot.
We'll do another
It's
game.
got a really janky feel to it. It's really hard to explain without playing it. Where like Final Fight Street
It can't be as bad as Riot City or Dodang 3.
Again, it's hard to explain. You'll see it when you play. It's really playable.
Good.
It's just hard. I can't even like. Maybe it's just I don't want to. It's
You're not selling it very well. Like.
I know I'm not. Where say Riot City still feels basically like a Final Fight clone. This does, but they've done something with the timings of the punches and the throws and stuff. Like when enemies die, they take about 5 seconds to actually sort of actually die. You can accidentally sort of grab characters, like a fighting game, sort of like re-grab them and stuff,
right?
Without them even falling over, so you can sort of spam that. But it won't do any damage until the enemies actually hit the ground after a throw and been on the ground for about 3 seconds. And then the bar goes down, so that's why sometimes
that's weird.
It is weird. So, and the punches themselves, it just feels off. But it's worth checking out just for the historical status. I think it's probably the second big up on the SNES. So, and it was the first 2-player one. So, personally, I love it. But the third, as I've said before, the third game is genuinely excellent. Like, it's an excellent game. It's probably one of the best games of type in the SNES.
Well, is it not a case of going with the best first?
You can. Well, yeah. I mean, the stories are different, although they reuse some of the characters.
Or
the stories don't.
Do we do Streets of Rage 1 next week?
We'll do Streets of Rage 1.
Because we've done it for the podcast, but we'll do a proper playthrough.
Yeah,
we can just talk shit about other games while we're doing it.
Yeah.
Because usually we talk about Streets of Rage while we're playing beat-em-ups. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. For interesting for us, I don't know about the viewers.
Well, we'll see. Maybe give it a shot.
But I'll play Streets of Rage again. And then in a few weeks' time, we can do Streets of Rage 2.
Oh, definitely. And, we'll talk about doing like bare knuckle and that, no? Maybe go on the bare knuckle route.
Well, Streets of Rage 1's world anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. 2 technically is. There's only a couple of graphical differences, if I remember right. I'm not sure if they've renamed the difficulties or something, so there could be some differences in the difficulties themselves. But if I remember right, there's not a massive amount of differences in the gameplay or graphics, where obviously 3 is got some. Well, it's one of the most hacked to pieces games ever in it. Same with Russian replay though.
Speaking of hacks though, I think there's actually a ROM hack out there with the Japanese game with the English
What's
text
this boss
on
mind you of?
Put it a Mauser off.
It's like a Mauser with arms, are. What were you saying, mate?
I'm sure that ROM hack's out there. Might be worth getting that, because then we can play the Jap version with the English text.
Yeah.
So the story's still there for the viewers, you know.
Is it the Japanese story or the English story? Because the 2 stories are different as well.
Oh, that's a good point. I think it's the Japanese story.
It might be, translated.
I might have this. I might have it already.
Well, you have to really, because when you rescue the character from the end of level 6.
Yeah.
In the English version, that's the police chief, the chief of police, but in the Japanese, it's actually like an army general.
Yeah.
So that will probably change depending on who you.
Pretty sure it is the Japanese story.
Right, so keep the sprite the same probably. To me, I think that makes more sense anyway.
I'll have a look. But we'll do Streets 1 next week.
Yeah. Why?
Something for everyone to look forward to. Streets of Rage, the first one.
The original. Well, we've done Final Fight 1 now, haven't we? So, I mean, there's probably no chance. There's no real need to ever do the Super Nintendo version of Final Fight 1.
Probably not, but we'll need to do 2 and 3.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, and the good games and all right. I mean, 2.
I've never really played them.
Oh no, I mean they're definitely worth playing through. I mean, 2's not spectacular in any way, because it just does what Final Fight 1 should have done really. But the game's decent, and I mean, you tend to. I find myself picking apart a couple of little faults here and there, because the original Final Fight arcade game had just little nuances at the time which not many other games touched on, and I thought Final Fight 2 did away with some of that. Now 3 isn't the best beat 'em up of its time, to be honest. I would say, I still think Bare Knuckle 3 is better,
right? Just
because of the story and that, and there's other elements which I will get to in the time. But it's got multiple routes in that, and it's got a lot of what. If you like the other Final Fights, you should like it. But it doesn't do nothing majorly new. It gives you super moves and stuff. Tries to be more like Street Fighter Alpha, and tries to like implement more combos and stuff that you would
run away now.
I don't know, isn't it? Just I'm classic on that. So where Final Fight 2 still just uses the same fighting system as 1, with no improvements or change whatsoever. So Final Fight 3 does that. This must be a middle boss, is it? But
must be.
It has a little bit of a jankiness to it. For 1995, I think it could have been so much better, but It's a good game.
I remember 2 was pretty much just different levels and sprite change,
a bit like Golden Axe 2 in it.
Yeah.
Golden Axe 2 did
I used the GA2 tablet.
Aye.
Which
it's a good game. I mean, it does what it needs to do. I mean, at that time on the Super Nintendo, you were getting like Knights of the Round and Captain Commando, and that were coming out. You know, I mean, I think that actually came out in '94, '95, to be honest. So a bit later again. So probably close to when Final Fight 3 came out. But there were good conversions that were done. Like, just did some good conversions.
Does that do anything? No. Right, these are annoying. I'm going to kill them with the magic.
Yeah. Can I find a way to beat them, actually? Need to get low. Bosses are kind of easy, actually, aren't they?
The bosses are. They die quick, don't they?
Like, the dogs are harder. The little dog, when he turned big, will kill them quicker.
Aye. Aye. So you can actually hit them with your attacks instead of being too low.
One of the characters in the Russian Beat actually looks like the guy you're playing as, to be honest.
I think I've seen that, yeah.
He looks dressed similar on that. He hasn't got cyber arms, though.
Well, that's the best part of it.
I know.
Oh, some nice Neo Geo slowdown there. When it goes, it goes.
I mean, the game uses a lot of the similar tropes at the time. You've got multiple coloured sprites and stuff, you know. Just to denote like strength and so in some cases like weapons. I mean, I think the best game that did that best for the early days was the first Turtles game, where every coloured like soldier had a different weapon and things, so they were fighting differently as well, you know. So the purple
it's not really palette swaps anymore, is
yeah,
it?
it's a bit more than that. Yeah, I mean,
and the Foot Clan has a reason to be the same.
Yeah.
So it's more, they put more effort in.
That's
even
it.
though they could have just totally
clones,
dialed it in.
But I thought like it was great. You know, you knew the purples were basic, and like I think it was the orange ones who had like a gun and stuff, you know.
Some of that, yeah.
Yeah, they all had different weapons, and they got a bit more exotic later in the game as well. So you'd have new colours with new armor, like weapons and that. So even though it wasn't a completely new enemy every time, it did have a new way of fighting. So I thought Turtles 1 did some stuff that, but I would say that runs through a lot of the Konami games, though.
Yeah,
the effort that they put into that type of thing in general, you know. But obviously Vendetta being one of my favourites as well, like Wildstorm.
Got him. I love both them games.
This is my favourite boss, this guy. I wonder if this is some sort of a piss take of Eddie E from Final Fight.
He looks like
robot copper.
He looks somewhat erotic, especially that truncheon.
Do you reckon?
It's the pink.
It's the pink. Did he start off pink, or did we hit him pink?
No, I don't think anyone hit him hard enough to make him go pink.
Why would he come on blue? Why would he be blue? I kept thinking it was blue, you know.
No, I'm sure it's this colour.
It's different colours. Unless he changes blue.
Unless it's an emulation glitch.
Maybe he just likes pink. He looks good in pink.
He does. I've got nothing against pink.
Not
I
at all.
just think it makes him look more like a sex robot than a police officer.
Yes, my favourite boss is one. Like it's like memorable.
Oh, actually, it's going better.
Yeah, not bluer though.
No.
Getting magic in there. He's quite. Oh, he's dead. I think, isn't he? Oh, he's still dead. Oh,
he shrank. Oh, he's still shrinking.
He's become a midget policeman.
They will not stop Jeed. Who's Jeed?
Jed.
Jed.
I had a boss called Jed.
Is Jed or Jeed?
Neo Jeed.
Devil's Factory.
Oh, it's got to be the last level, I know. Or is it?
Could be.
I don't know, because we thought we were nearly done with
Mutnat.
Yeah, Mutation. Aye, and we absolutely weren't. Like, I mean, yeah, a bit later. Maybe they learned some lessons from this one. I don't know, but I mean, they're both about as good. I mean, you could argue that. I think there's more variety in the enemies in Mutation, though. Yeah. You reckon?
I
just remember new ugly shit coming at you every 5 minutes. Where generally, I mean, yeah, apart from dogs and the odd flying
Alien Storm run for its money, didn't it?
Yeah, I definitely Alien Storm, great stuff. You know, some hell of a. I mean, I thought these torso things were actually a boss at one point. It's like a security drawer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a sentinel thing.
Sentinel, like the ball things off.
It wouldn't look out of place in Rise of the Robots, Glenn.
It wouldn't it? Do you think they're the supervisor, aren't you?
Yeah.
Incidentally, Rise of the Robots is
Glenn's favourite game.
my favourite game. All versions, especially the game.
I've still yet to try it. I might have a look at that tonight.
Don't ever.
Just out of curiosity, I want to see those FMVs.
The FMVs are excellent. FMVs are excellent. I mean, I would say that live forever. That for a game, I was absolutely blown. They're more stunning than the other two, than the 16-bit console version, like Mega Drive and SNES. I mean, obviously they've got the touch like PC stuff and that, but that's not. You couldn't. It looks like they've been lifted from the PC and just downgraded. You know,
which is
really
mighty impressive. What size cartridge is that?
It's right. Well, there's an interesting story about that, and it's on the internet because the developer, who was the guy who made the Saboteur games,
I want to
the Spectrum enough for the.
Who is the developer?
He's called Clive Townsend.
Clive, if you're listening,
yes.
Somehow, out of some chance that you're listening or somebody you know is listening, get in touch.
Give him a shout out.
Do an interview.
I always promised
a version of Rise of the Robots.
Yeah, I always promised to do a little bit more. And there was a few guys, including Clive, I'd promised to do like a documentary on. I've never gotten around to doing that. Really, so yeah, because it's got a lot of history. But there's that many other people now on the internet have done some. These are evil clones, these not. They've done. I wonder if this is like the Boston, but they've done interviews and documentaries on different versions of Rise and that, at different times. But there's still a lot to see. I think there's a lot to find out. But say Clive gave us a nice poster, and also if you watch this, thanks again for the poster, Clive. The game itself, I mean, the game's not very playable. He said that himself, actually. But the work done, the FMVs. Now the cartridge size was meant to be what's half of 512. But apparently,
gig, which is quarter meg.
Right. Well, he got.
Actually, no. Sorry, that's 2 megabit.
Right. Well, that's it. Right. Well, he was initially given only that size to work with, and then at the last minute they gave him the double-sized cartridge. So was that 4
megabit?
Yeah, and that's why he says he could. I believe I've got a bit of right. Cause this is on the internet. He managed to put in the FMVs then as well. So I don't think the game changed at that point, but he did add obviously the FMVs, which just said look absolutely fantastic for the format.
It must be like compressed. It must be.
There's got to be some compression going on. I think he explains the technique. I think he explains what he actually did to do it.
Well, there will be compressed, even if they were like some sort of.
I mean, there's no sound right that on the phone, right? It's just literally the FMV, but nearly every one of them is like complete compared to the PC. I think there's only the intro FMV though. I don't think there's the Death FMVs. Yeah, where you just get one for each character. Like I said though, I mean it's only one player game. I mean, would you want to be 2-player?
No.
So I mean that you only ever play as the cyborg. He actually, what's more interesting in the FMVs in some ways is how he did the sprites, because it doesn't technically have backgrounds. The whole thing is a background, if I remember right. Including the enemy robots. So interesting how he did that, like, because how the hell could he do that? There was rumour of a Master System floating around as well, a Master System version. Whether that came out.
Well, usually if you get a Master System version, you get a Game Gear version. Not the other way around so much, apart from the odd few games.
The thing is, it would have been a cheap conversion, but coming out at the end of 1994, which is when obviously quite a few of the versions came out, including the Game Gear, it would have had no legs at all. I mean, Master System was pretty much dead over here by '93. But obviously in the US it hadn't been a thing since about '91.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah. So but maybe a good story for another day. I'd love to be able to try and put a different slant on it from everyone else. Obviously start a movement, maybe, like start a meme, maybe a fan site even.
Well, I'm gonna get him on the channel and shit all over his game.
No, it wasn't about genuine. It's not about that. I've never done that to any. I say, like, it's a piece of history, whether you like it or not. I think the second one's actually quite a good game. It's still janky, but I mean, there's clear improvements made. I mean, it's got a few issues of its own. It brings in there, including a lot of serious balancing issues, but there's a clear effort to try and make a normal 2D beat 'em up.
Yeah.
And it's for its time, it's got a massive amount of characters. I mean, like I said, which obviously would add to the balancing issue, especially when you see the size of the team actually making this. So compared to the massive teams that we've been doing, Capcom,
Mortal Kombat.
the Mortal Kombat and Kill Instincts, and obviously, of course, I think we're near the end now, aren't we? I'm sure the middle bosses come back on, the Swan did. Yeah, but a lot of history. I mean, I've always been interested in the British video game industry anyway, so obviously starting with the stuff that came out for the early 8-bit computers like the VIC-20 and that, you know, Speccy 48K and that, and seeing our industry go into like the 16-bit era is like obviously rare, you know, moving on from being Ultimate Play the game, and the stuff they could do. I mean, Killer Instinct, I think the first 2 Killer Instinct is still very impressive. You know, I think that CG, that silicon graphics pre-rendered look doesn't work with every game, and some games are downright ugly with it.
Oh yeah.
Some versions, so I mean, some versions of Rise as an example are horrible, but the PC versions still look quite good, I think. And this applies to like Killer Instinct 1 and 2, I think. I mean, I thought about this the other day, but you look at them, right, and like the sprites have got a very shiny plastic look to them. But I think that's part of the appeal, mate, because at that time, kids were going through a fear, like if you're about 12, 13, maybe a little bit younger, you know, or older, but you know, people like figures, you know, plastic toy you know, models and figures, and obviously like having that look on characters in a game is just going to make people think more of like having, you know, having those characters at home, like in a physical form. So the look of Killer Instinct, I thought like actually it works, you know, it does work.
And Killer Instinct looks good anyway. I mean, especially like full gore and spinal. Fantastic.
Well, it does. I mean, the FMVs though, using this, like obviously the actual full motion video of the sprites and that, it looks great, you know. Well, not of the sprites, but you know what I mean. I think it depends on the game. I'd say the age well or poorly. Where obviously 2D sprite work, any 2D hand-drawn sprite work looks great, I think. Apart from stuff pre-89. I mean, for instance, I think Street Fighter 1 looks rubbish.
Oh, yeah.
But like just 2 years later, Street Fighter 2 looks great. Now, Go Next 1, Double Dragon 1's got like a sort of, the sprites have got a, almost, they're not super deformed, but you notice that the dimensions always look slightly off, like Bobo's head's far too big. And I think they deliberately emphasise that on the NES version, that, you know, so it was probably deliberate. But like looking at the stuff by 1989, I mean, Final Fight sprites look out of proportion, but with them bulging muscle everywhere and massive arms and legs and stuff and that, they look class. Like, this is not the final boss. I think he comes back to something else.
So say how we're meant to fight this. Just punch it.
Just punch its arms.
Oh, you kick it in the head.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm hitting something. I'm going to use magic for God's sake. Okay. I'm going to.
Yeah, you press the magic button.
I pressed all the buttons. There's a button that says, there you go, magic.
Oh, he grabs us in midair and then squeezed the life out of us. What, is it life? I don't know, the robot.
It's juice. It's probably,
the juice
in the words of Rise of the Robot arcades, Rise of the Robot arcade version, it's probably pneumatic fluids. Yes, pneumatic fluids, not gases.
Not hydraulic. You mean hydraulic fluids? Pneumatic's air.
Pneumatic fluids. That's right. Not in hydraulic gases.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
Pneumatic gases and hydraulic fluids.
No, really. I'm gonna.
Is that what
I'm going to spill your pneumatic fluids. There's somebody else pointing out as well. So what about the hydraulic gases and all that? There's a few people mad that's well.
I guess it wasn't any engineers' work.
Well, I think they had Google as well. At that time, I would have went away, which is which. You know what I mean? Is it pneumatic fluids? Is it gases? Is it something else pneumatic? Do I even need to know this word? You know?
They should have just went with something else.
I know. Just die.
Die! Evil. I don't know what fighting.
Is it a hot air balloon? Is it a Dalek? Is it a toll booth or something?
Oh, it's dead.
It's got a head.
Is it dead? No, it's
I knew it. I knew this. It's like a big version of one of the soldiers' heads. I remember this. I remember this thing.
Now it suddenly makes sense why everything shrinks when you kill it.
Except that nothing the others didn't. They could have done that with every boss, couldn't they? Really?
I think. Oh, I made them into stages.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Definitely getting shades of Mechapon from Strider, like just with the look of the characters and that. That's got a lot of like robot enemies now.
Oh, I got him with me. Spark
plugs.
Oh, he's going down.
Right, I've got magic bar.
Oh,
Don't think it's sour.
don't know, like he's fading into nothing.
And slowly as well, like really slow. Like if he's in there, he's not very well.
Oh,
I tell you.
Oh, wait there.
Oh,
I hate flying enemies. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's
he
dead.
just blew up.
Oh, done it.
Bastard. He could have had a whole Quang mini game there though, couldn't he? Like, fighting Quangs like he's floating head and that.
Must get named in.
Be cool if she was a cyborg and now to turn into supervisor. I'll get Chrome and that.
Some nice
Nice hand
sketches
drawn.
there.
Yep, love it. Like prototyping in it, like storyboards.
Neo Detroit, because it's on the Neo Geo.
Right, and that's where Robocop lives. And there was a Robocop. So. Who do you think would win, Robocop or Robocop? Who do you think would win this?
What, Robocop from here or the Bill?
Or the Robocop?
Oh, absolutely, the Robocop from here, with a massive dildo. I mean, truncheon.
What if you threw Robocop 2 in there though?
Oh no, Kane would have ripped them apart. He would have grabbed the truncheon off and shoved it somewhere.
Ed 209 doesn't have a look in because he's just got his arm cannons, but they wouldn't have been able to do it with Kane, I think. He'd just be going...
He could have warned him a lot.
15 seconds while he's pulling his legs off and his arms. And then he would have fell out and he would have went...
Yeah. I still love that film.
I do.
Amazing.
First two are class.
I know.
Robocop 2 is class. I love it. It's one of my favourite films. You've got to just go in and just say, look, it's not Robocop 1. It removes what... I'm not going to say what people love about Robocop 1, but it takes its sort of what it's trying to, the message it's trying to put across, you know, where 3's just shite.
What do you think of that?
I enjoyed. Great. Nice sized game again, and as good as I remember, to be honest. Like, so.
I think Mutation Nation was a little bit more engaging.
A bit more variety.
Yeah.
A bit more variety.
Well, it was a decent enough game. And with that said, everyone, bye for now and see you next time.
No problem.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.